So the media establishment have given up all pretense that they report news or facts for that matter. That was confirmed by the latest debacle with Schumer, the blatantly rigged polls and elections by the Dems, and the fact that what I believe to be quite serious being aired as a freak show / soap opera. Let's start with Schumer and the attacks / threats to judges who are yet to make a ruling on a bill that has barely been reported on. The media were far more interested in the drama and the back and forth between parties and accusations and name-calling than actually doing their job of telling us about the bill, why it's controversial, what the likely outcome from the Supreme Court might actually be, including the finer details such as it will only be enforced if neighbouring Kentucky and I believe other states' abortion bills are upheld as well. Of course, none of that mattered because there was a video and outrage from a New York senator shouting and threatening the official and orderly process of a court appeal, a Supreme Court appeal no less, about a bill from Louisiana. Why is a New York senator shouting about this? Currently, the bill seeks to bring the limit for an abortion to 6 weeks and carries with it harsh penalties and fines, but was voted democratically 79 to 23 is worth noting, by the representatives the people of Louisiana voted in, presumably on that mandate amongst other things. The Supreme Court may well say that 6 weeks is too extreme, and the penalties, etc., need to be changed. We don't know yet. And besides, why has everyone forgotten that democracy is about compromise? You have a divisive issue that people are not going to budge on, so you try and meet in the middle, surely. If the heartbeat bill is draconian, then so is legislation that has been passed in New York that follows full-term abortions, or rather allows full-term abortions. I find that revolting and unnecessary. Why would you need to go to that extreme? It's almost like it's deliberate. They go full-term because Republicans say it starts at conception. What are they, 12? Which brings me to the presidential race. Bernie has been screwed again. I was wondering how they were going to pull it off, but again, just totally blatant. And a senile man now is being forced to run on nothing other than opposition to Trump. And the fudge numbers again showing him ahead in the polls despite having raised less than half the money that Bernie has, who raised more from individual donations to boot. So he clearly is still the front runner, but the media and pollsters have decided to just change that to something more palatable. In this case, a puppet they can stick in the White House and babysit and ask him to sign things occasionally, while the usual suspects run the country and get up to no good, and the media lie and cover for them as usual. Just a return to normalcy is what they're hoping for. They really have exposed themselves so much now that Trump is looking honest and frankly unbeatable. With whoever they eventually undemocratically give the nomination to, because frankly I'm not even sure Biden can hold out for a whole election cycle. Just imagine, it'll be a brutal slugfest, and Joe can barely string a sentence together, and when he does, it's absolute gobbledygook. That's all, of course, when he's not stroking young children and sniffing them like he's done 10 E's at a party and thinks all the girls are into it. It's not even funny, that's so creepy. Both Bernie and Joe's campaign websites are a joke. I've just looked through them. They do not explain any cohesive policy. And Bernie's attempts to say how he will pay for certain things, and then there's nothing in the following paragraph about how he's actually going to pay for things like Medicare for all and the Green New Deal, etc., which we know is estimated to be in trillions. Nonetheless, it will be interesting, and sometimes I think it's been deliberately engineered that way, just to sell tickets to the show. The whole media thing feels like that now. It feels just it's not news. They've moved into the sort of soap opera kind of entertainment business. I mean, to think this is a presidential election, it's crazy. It's nuts. Anyway, moving on to an update from me. As I've mentioned in other videos, but so far not many people have watched. Maybe this one will get some more hits. I will be doing on-the-ground coverage from rallies, town halls, events, etc. all over America. I'm getting my visa sorted in 10 days and then booking my flight for early April, where I'll promptly be booking the tour. So please tune in for that. I may do the occasional video leading up to the main good stuff just mentioned, but in the meantime, also, because I despise and do not use social media, I've signed up to Patreon reluctantly, but I thought it would help promote my channel a bit and promote this tour that I'm doing. And I'm hoping that maybe if a bit of support on there would just give me a bit more peace of mind to know that my decision to upend my life and move to America to hopefully get some good election content is a good idea. So yeah, I'd love to get some support for the channel, just so I can feel a bit more confident about the decision, and take a punt on being able to produce really good content stateside. So please check that out. My Patreon, it'll be in the description. And I'll be giving an update and more details about the tour in general soon, when things have been confirmed. So please also check out the website. I'll leave the details in the description as well. Also, please toss me a like or a dislike, and subscribe for the upcoming good stuff, as I said, etc. And I'll see you in the next one. Cheers, guys.